I remember as Stephen Covey, the famous author of Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, once said, while climbing the ladder of success, just remember to check and ensure that your ladder is leaning against the right wall. So it's time to pause and think, is your ladder of success leaning against the right wall before it's too late? Hi, everyone. Welcome to Quantum Shift, a space where leadership meets spirit. I'm your host, Saloni Singh, a life coach for CEOs, conscious leaders, and entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their consciousness and lead from their higher self and purpose in this life, business, and leadership. The intention behind this podcast is to simplify spirituality in a way to make it practical so you can implement it in your daily life, work, and relationships. It's about shifting from doing leadership to being leadership. So let's begin this journey. Join me in this adventure, your quantum shift. So, today we are going to talk about a topic that enchants every single one of us, and that is success. Success. This word carries a lot of weight, right? We all want to be successful, but I want you to take a moment and think about success. Do you feel you are successful? What does success mean to you? And even the moment you think of the word success, what comes to your mind? Someone who has really made it in life, right? It could be someone who is really wealthy, with high status, high position, someone who has achieved their dreams, whether it's about their business career or about some other career in arts, sports, or any other area of their life, who's got big cars, house, and everything that they wanted in life. A CEO in a corner office, or maybe an author with a bestseller, right? When I talk to people about success, usually that's what they tell me about, that I will be successful when this will happen. Do you also think something like this about success? But if I ask you, is that all about success, or is there something else there? Is this your definition of success, or is this definition being given to you by society, your parents, teachers, and everyone around you? Because everyone thinks about success in terms of material, wealth, and achievements, right? So I remember this conversation I had with a CEO who I'm coaching. And he told me that, Saloni, I am at the top of my career right now. I have this amazing company, amazing team of people working with me, and we are creating success every year, more than I could have ever imagined. But you know what? Despite all that money, wealth, success, everything, I just sometimes feel so unfulfilled and unhappy. My wife is always complaining because I have no time for her, or I don't remember when was the last time I attended a family, event, a celebration. I have no time for my teenage children. And the sad thing is this, even when I'm with my family, even when I'm sitting on the dinner table with my wife, with my children, my mind is somewhere else. I know that I am not listening, I'm not present. Because you know what? I'm always thinking of the next problem to be solved at my work. I love my work. It gives me a lot of joy, a lot of satisfaction. I have no idea what's going wrong here. Has it ever happened to you? Another example comes to my mind is of a young entrepreneur. Just around 5 years back, he started his business, And he told me that he has achieved more success than he could have ever imagined in these last few years. He have already achieved the goals and actually surpassed what he was thinking he could achieve. But still, even after becoming one of the youngest CEO in his whole family, friends, and people he knows, he feels some void inside of him. There is some emptiness that no amount of money, no amount of holidays and business class travel could fill for him. What's going on in this world of success? So I would ask you to take a moment and reflect. No matter what kind of wealth, achievements, or accolades you get, if it comes at the cost of your health, ignoring your loved ones, not able to take time out for people that really matters for you, your family, your parents, your children, your spouse, or your hobbies, or your own health, is that truly success? Let's think. And do not dodge the question. I would urge you to really pause and think about what is success for you. In the early stages of my career as a life coach, there was a time I was so busy in creating success, in establishing myself as a coach. I had no time for my social life. I wouldn't call my friends and meet them for months. I was so busy creating a success. Of course, I had always justified that just starting a business, so I need to put in that much effort. It took me a long time to realize that it wasn't worth giving up all that fun, all that enjoyment that I had by meeting my loved ones, my friends. So let's take a moment to question this. External markers of success, which society has again given to us, are they truly our own markers of success? Or is it just because we have never ever stopped and questioned these markers of success? What if success is not a unidimensional game? It's not just about one direction. This pressure of achievement, it began in the school itself, from the primary level itself. The pressure of getting good marks, and then the pressure of getting a good college, a good job, great placement, a lucrative package, and then keep going up the ladder of success and achievements, one after another. Earlier, the society gave us these goals, and then we created our own milestones and goals. And we keep striving and getting after one after another on this ladder without realizing where will the journey end, without realizing that whether we are really feeling happy, satisfied, fulfilled with this way of creating success. I remember as Stephen Covey, the famous author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, once said, while climbing the ladder of success, just remember to check and ensure that your ladder is leaning against the right wall. So it's time to pause and think, is your ladder of success leaning against the right wall before it's too late? And when I made that shift by changing my career, I could sense the level of happiness, joy that I started to enjoy, the contentment that came to me, even though I wasn't earning that amount of money for almost for a decade that I was earning as a doctor. But I remembered something one of my mentor once told me. He said, every single day, or at least every week, ask yourself this question: if today is the last day of your life, would you be doing exactly the same thing that you are doing right now? Would you be being the same person as you are right now? And that would really help you align with your heart, with your soul, with your higher purpose in life. And I remember asking myself this question many times while actually I was going through challenges and struggling as a life coach. Even though I wasn't earning that much money, every time I asked myself this question: if today is the last day of my life, would I be sitting in my office coaching this human being? And the answer every time was a big yes, because that gave me immense joy, fulfillment, and contentment. And when you are leading with joy, contentment, with your heart and with your soul, money and everything else start to just fall in place. As they say, that success follows happiness and excellence. And that happened for me and for so many people and examples I hear about in the world. So, what if you ask yourself this question today? Where no matter what you do, whether you are a corporate employee, you are an entrepreneur, an artist, a doctor, or a lawyer, if today is the last day of your life, would you be doing exactly what you're doing right now? How would you be then? Take a moment, pause, and reflect. The truth is, most of the people, as I was doing as well earlier, we live life in a way that let's do some hustle right now. Maybe for 5 years and 10 years, or after 20 years. When I retire, then I will relax and do things that fulfill my heart and my soul. But right now, maybe I can be in the grind and the hustle race, and it's okay because I need to work really hard to achieve the success we talked about, the unidimensional material success. So, what if success is not one dimensional, rather multi-dimensional, where we create a wholesome success, not just in our careers, not just in our finances, but in every single area of our lives? When I was thinking of talking about success, I started doing some research because I was looking for some role models who have led their lives with a tremendous, wholesome, full circle leadership, this multidimensional success that I am talking about. And I was pretty surprised that I couldn't find actually many role models. So I looked at some of the famous leaders of the world, like Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, and they were great, successful leaders of the world. And they did amazing work leading from their purpose, from a very higher consciousness. But when it comes to business leaders, I found something even more interesting. Leaders who are known as great successful leaders were actually successful in only one dimensions. I'll give a simple example of Steve Jobs. So, no doubt he was a great business leader, and actually, he has been an inspiration for many entrepreneurs around the world. And no doubt, he gave us Apple, the iPhone, iPad, iMac, and we all feel very happy about that. He was known as a spiritual leader who was very connected to his being, very intuitive, and so innovative. But then I also found something interesting, many interesting stories, actually, not one. For example, one of his employee has mentioned that never enter a lift, an elevator with Steve Jobs in it because by the time you reach your floor, you might be fired. There have been reports about his strained relationship with his wife, with his daughter. And we all know that there have been many articles which he had written himself in the area of health. While he was having a lot of health challenges, he is mentioned about not being able to take care of his own self and his health in the later part of his life. Similarly, there are so many examples. If we take an example from music industry, the king of pop, Michael Jackson, or we can take examples of celebrities like Robbie Williams. There are so many examples of people who were so successful in their career, whether it was in music or arts, but they were struggling in their family life. They were struggling with their mental health, with their physical health, with their relationships. Maybe they had broken families. But most of the time, media, society, and we never even talk about of all these parameters. I wonder why. Why we are looking at success with this lens of only one direction and one dimension. Just career, finances, money, and wealth. What would it take to actually create a success which is multidimensional? And I don't mean to say that you have to have it perfect. Like, okay, you do great in your career and you have an amazing relationship with your spouse, with your children, you have amazing health and fitness, and you indulge in your hobbies, and you are just having this perfect 10 on 10 lifestyle. No, that's not what I mean. Because perfection is an illusion. What I mean is creating a balance of all these things in life that truly matters to us, whether it's our family or health. I have actually created an interesting framework for this multidimensional success and full circle leadership. So, in this framework, you are at the center of the success. Your relationship with yourself is the foundation of all the success that you can achieve in this world. And then from that relationship, this beautiful relationship with yourself, arises success in your relationships, whether it's your family or friends, success in your work, going ahead in your career, achieving excellence, achieving milestones, and then to the world, contributing, creating an impact in this world, having a social life, traveling, enjoying your hobbies. And when you're able to create a balance in all of these areas, do you think it would be so much easier to co create with the world, with people around you, the fulfillment, contentment, and happiness that you so desire and deserve? Imagine how would that feel. If you're wondering, is that even possible? Or if you're thinking that, yeah, it makes so much sense, but I wonder why we are not even thinking about it. Why are we so crazy about going after all those shiny objects? Let me tell you a funny story. Why is that? And I hope that will clear things for you in a funny way. So, this is a story of Mullah Nasruddin that I heard as a child. So, Mullah Nasruddin was an interesting character from history, and we used to hear a lot of tales in our childhood about Mullah. So, Mullah Nasruddin was once standing in the street under a huge street light, and he was frantically looking for something. He's just going here and there and searching for something. And some neighbors passed by and they asked Mullah, like, what are you looking for, Mullah? And he said, oh, I've lost my keys of my house and I can't seem to find it anywhere. Can you help me? And they were good neighbors. So they said, yeah, of course, Mullah. And all of them started to look for the keys. And they had hours passed by and they couldn't find anything. And they were tired and exhausted. And then one of the neighbor asked Mullah, tell me, Mullah, where exactly did you lose your keys? And with a straight face, Mullah said, oh, I actually lost them inside the house. Everybody stopped in their tracks. What? If you lost the keys inside the house, why the hell are you looking for the keys in the street, Mullah? And Mullah, with complete carelessness, said, because you see, there's a huge light here, and inside my house, there is complete darkness. You can't find a thing there. Isn't it common sense? Now, you might laugh at the absurdity of this story, but isn't this that we are doing in our lives as well? The reason we are going out and looking for contentment, fulfillment, happiness, and success outside because there is so much light. Just look around you. When somebody becomes famous, whether it's a celebrity or a business leader, or nowadays even a social media influencer with a huge following, a lot of accolades, a lot of likes and praise, we all feel so driven towards that. We all feel pulled towards that light, that razzle dazzle. You must have heard of the shiny object syndrome. And we all want to go there, thinking and feeling that if I could just achieve this next milestone, this next thing in my career, this next thing in my life, the next car or the house or this fancy holiday, then I will feel the way I want to feel, right? Now take a deep breath and think about it. What if you could throw some light inside? Because inside of you, it seems like there's some darkness. But in truth, you know very well that the contentment, happiness, that success, feeling of bliss, joy, peace, no matter what you are looking for, actually is inside of you. You know that, right? The only thing you need to do is just shine some light of awareness, a little light of reflection and introspection inside you. Allow that space inside you, that inner wisdom of yours, that heart of yours, that soul of yours to illuminate with this knowing that all that you desire and you deserve, that freedom, success, fulfillment is already there within you. And when I say this to any of my friend or coachee that I'm working with, you know what they say? But if I start to feel happy and content, will I truly be still driven? This is my answer to that. We have been so driven by fear, by not feeling good enough. And that has driven us enough in life that we don't know what does positive motivation, what does leading from a higher purpose and calling feel like. So we need to try. What if you do not believe me? Don't believe me, I would say. Rather, connect with your heart and soul. Listen to your own knowing, your own inner wisdom, and let this wisdom, your inner light, guide you. See, how does that positive motivation of your inner light can also drive you to take action, to go in this world and fully express your truth, fully express your creativity, what you want to share with the world, how you want to achieve even the material success. And that's very much part of the success. No denial about that. But what if in this pursuit of success you make it wholesome in every single area of your life? So the things that matters the most are not left behind. Now I will give you a simple formula, a very simple formula, and I'll leave you with this to try. As I mentioned in the model of multidimensional success, it begins in the center where you are. So, human being, we are four dimensional: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Yes, your body, your mind, your emotions, and your spirit. If you can start to take care of all these four dimensions, making sure that you do take care of your health by giving your body right nutrition, right exercise, avoiding things that harm your body, by taking care of your mind through maybe meditation, mindfulness practices, thinking happy thought, having this prayer that may I think all the thoughts that creates joy and fulfillment for me, that doesn't make me feel less than enough, low, rather that make me feel joyous, content. Taking care of your heart, your emotions, allowing yourself to feel the love that is already present in abundance around you. Taking care of your spiritual growth, connecting with your spiritual essence, that infinite, sacred space within you, which is already fulfilled and content and happy. When you take care of all these four dimensions of your being, naturally you will notice that your relationships start to flourish because you are now coming from a place of love and compassion and understanding. Your work, you start to blossom in your work. Your finances and your bank balance also starts to go high because you are not driving from self-doubts, self-criticisms. Rather, you are now driven from self-trust, trust in your own being, in your team, in the whole universe. So test it out for yourself and let me know how it goes. I would now invite you to think and even journal. What is success for you? How can you create this wholesome, multidimensional, full circle success for yourself, for your loved ones, and your family, your team, your organization, as well as a leader? For me, if you ask me my definition of success, living every moment of my life with joy and presence, love and acceptance. That's the meaning of success for me. And that's what I strive to live every single moment, every single day, in every single way I can. So I'll leave you with these thoughts and I look forward to hear from you. Your feedback is so important for me. Please comment in the comment section below. What is your definition of success? How you are going to create a different wholesome success for yourself now, even if it just begins with one tiny step. Because as they say, a journey of lifetime is started with one simple tiny step. So please connect with me on social media, leave your comments here on my channel or social media, and let me know what changed for you after listening to this conversation on multidimensional success. I look forward to your feedback and your comments. If you liked what you listened today, please share it with someone who would benefit from hearing about success. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. And in the next episode of Quantum Shift, we will be breaking a big myth. I would call it the biggest myth of modern society, the rat race. Until then, stay grounded, stay connected to your spiritual essence, and keep leading from higher consciousness and higher purpose. Thank you so much. I love you all.